Hey guys, this is ShyGamerMaile. Long time no talk. Sorry, I haven't really settled on a concrete schedule yet. Lately, it's been a nightmare at school. My major involves me doing a lot of, writing and public speaking. So the last couple weeks, I've done a lot of essay writing. Now things are finally starting to wind down a little bit, but I'm still working on a pretty huge project. So I thought I would take the time to kind of unwind a little bit, and in honor of the fact that this coming week we will be having a remake of a retro game coming out, Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia, remake of Fire Emblem Gaiden, which was a Japan exclusive title. I thought we would have a little fun and talk a little bit about sort of my gaming beginning. And what better way to talk about those beginnings than to start it on the console that I first started gaming on. So, back when I was growing up, I actually played the NES. My family, we had an NES. I would play it with my sister and my older cousin. And back then, the games that I enjoyed playing the most were strange. You'd figure it'd be The Legend of Zelda because I'm such a Zelda fangirl, but it is not, in fact, The Legend of Zelda. I had to get older in order to appreciate The Legend of Zelda. So, The Legend of Zelda was not the game that I enjoyed the most on the NES. The game that it was not the original Super Mario Bros. It was not Dr. Mario. My grandma actually enjoys playing Dr. Mario still, and she is god tier at Dr. Mario. But the games I actually enjoyed playing the most were Punch-Out and Ninja Gaiden, even though I was pretty bad at Ninja Gaiden. I just enjoyed playing it, and I never got very far, like past maybe the second level, but I still enjoyed playing it. So today I'm going to be playing a little bit of Punch-Out and a little bit of Ninja Gaiden. Maybe sometime I will show you why, even though I absolutely love the Mario franchise, I am absolutely horrible at Mario games. I am bad at Super Mario Bros, like legendarily bad at Super Mario Bros. I can't even get past the first level without dying continuously, and I'm not very good at Mario 64. I die continuously on that one. It was a struggle to even get past the halfway point on Mario 64. My sister, however, is very good at Mario and 3D platformers like Banjo-Kazooie and the like. So as you can imagine, she's probably pretty excited for Mario Odyssey to come out, and I'll probably pick that up and attempt to play it and like it, despite the fact that I'm awful at it. So let's dive into Punch-Out first. And a little known thing about Punch-Out for me, back when I was growing up, I took martial arts, and I'm actually a pretty petite person, and Little Mac used to be my absolute favorite video game character because he showed me, or I believed that he could do anything because he could take down all of these boxers who were 2 times his size so easily and just look awesome as all heck doing it. So Little Mac was my hero back in the day, especially to a short young martial artist. And I just, they don't really make games like Punch-Out anymore because Punch-Out is all those stereotypes that they put into Punch-Out. They're so silly. I don't think that a game, Punch-Out, exist nowadays, even though, you know, they had a... I can't remember exactly when the Wii copy came out. I think it was like 2008, maybe 2011. I have that one too, and I really enjoyed it. But there's something about NES Punch-Out that's just great. Punch-Out was... I cannot tell you how many times I played Punch-Out with my cousins. And we actually didn't have the version with Mr. Dream. We had Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. From before Mike Tyson's deal ran out with Nintendo. And we actually had 2 cartridges of that, and I don't know if it was just in my head or if this was like a legit thing that Nintendo actually did, but we used to swear that one cartridge of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was harder than the other. So, I sort of had my roots in Nintendo. Nintendo was always there with me from, you know, the start. And then later on, when the 64 came out, we got the 64, and we also got the PlayStation 1. And the thing that I loved most on the PlayStation was Tekken. My cousin, my sister, and I would just play the heck out of Tekken. And I'm really excited about Tekken 7 coming out later. I was by no means any good at Tekken. You know, I was not competitive at Tekken, but it was just so fun to play as the different characters in Tekken. And what other games did we play on PlayStation? Gosh. Believe it or not, when Final Fantasy VII came out, I did not play Final Fantasy VII. We didn't get into Final Fantasy VII until Final Fantasy X on the PS2, and then we went back and we bought 7 and 8. And this is a super unpopular opinion, but I actually like 8 more than 7. I think 7 kind of is overhyped in a way. Not that I didn't enjoy 7. 7 is a very good game, but 8 is... I don't know. 8 just connected for me, I guess. But my absolute favorite Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy X. Nothing in the series for me has come close since Final Fantasy X. I did play Final Fantasy 12. 12 never really gelled with me, and I recently played 15 when it came out this year. 15 was a huge disappointment. The story was... Ooh, it was incoherent. I was pretty excited when I saw the trailers for it and whatnot, but it didn't end up really meeting my expectations. I had a better time with Dishonored 2 than I did with Final Fantasy 15. Thank goodness Persona 5 came out this year, or else I was going to lose hope in having a decent JRPG this year. So, after the NES, we had the N64, and that was where I really got into The Legend of Zelda with Ocarina of Time, which is still my favorite title, although Breath of the Wild is... I'm kind of trying to think of whether or not Breath of the Wild is more of my favorite, or if it's my second favorite. I don't know yet. We used to play titles like Pilot Wings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and punch. We used to play Chameleon Twist, Pilot Wings, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap. Even though you wouldn't think that the concept for the idea, like taking pictures of Pokemon, would be really addictive, it was. My family skipped the SNES, so that was a period of time where we weren't gaming as much. But then after the N64 came out, we got back into gaming. I tried really hard to enjoy Mario 64, and I really loved the imagination and the world design and things like that, but I just couldn't play it. I was not good at Mario. Three, 4, 5, and up. I did, however, enjoy Banjo-Kazooie. This might actually be a contentious thing too, but I actually enjoyed Banjo-Kazooie more than Mario 64. And we all know after the N64 came the GameCube. The GameCube is actually one of my favorite consoles, simply because most of my favorite titles were on the GameCube. I really liked Twilight Princess. I enjoyed Wind Waker. It's one of the easier Zelda titles, though. That's actually where I got my first exposure to Fire Emblem 2. I rented Fire Emblem Path of Radiance from the video store. Like, remember back when you could rent video games and try them out before they came out so you could decide whether or not you wanted to purchase them? Yeah, that was a thing back then. I rented Path of Radiance, and I was so young that I couldn't appreciate Fire Emblem. And the game kind of just didn't gel with me, and I didn't really get into the series until Awakening. When I got a 3DS, I saw trailers for Awakening, and I watched some Let's Plays of it, and it looked interesting, and I remembered not really enjoying Path of Radiance, but I thought maybe if I gave the series another try, maybe I would appreciate it now that I was older. And I really loved Awakening, so I went back and I decided to play Path of Radiance. Borrowed it from someone. No one I knew had a copy of Radiant Dawn. And I don't even remember Radiant Dawn being announced. It's a shame. Hopefully someday I can find a copy of Radiant Dawn and I can play through Radiant Dawn. I've heard it's really hard though. I played New Mystery of the Emblem. I'd like to go and I'd like to play the original Fire Emblem that's on the eShop. I'd like to play through Shadow Dragon too. Fates was I played through all 3 versions of Fates, so Birthright, Conquest, and Revelation. Birthright was kind of boring because the map objectives weren't very varied. Conquest had very, very good map design because they had varying objectives. And the characters were interesting in supports, but the main story didn't make sense. And then Revelation just kind of felt like fan fiction to me. But it was still enjoyable to play through because of the characters and Fates are just very good. forgot how powerful King Hippo was. Okay. There we go. PS2 was probably our favorite console. At the time, we played a lot of Kingdom Hearts, Kingdom Hearts 2. We got introduced to Final Fantasy X. Tekken 4 was very good. Tekken 5 was really good. You know, there were so many good PS2 games. That's also where I got my introduction to Shadow of the Colossus, and why I was dying to play The Last Guardian this year, which was a fantastic title, by the way. They don't make games like that anymore. I'm probably going to say that a dozen times in this episode, but they don't make games like that anymore. Believe it or not, I was actually fairly late to the Wii's life cycle. By the time I got a Wii, there was only maybe 2 more years left in the Wii, maybe even less. I actually won it from a raffle alongside a PS3, and I was so looking forward to playing stuff on my PS3, but it red screen of death. And then when I asked Sony if they could take a look at it, they said they couldn't repair it under warranty since I didn't have a receipt from the raffle that I got it from. So it would have taken as much money to get a PS3 it would have basically been the same amount to buy a new PS3 as it would have to repair the PS3 I had received. So I gave my PS3 away. So I skipped a whole generation of PlayStation games, which means I skipped Final Fantasy 13, that 13 era, and I really didn't pick up gaming again until I got a gaming PC, because I went away to university. And I couldn't bring my consoles with me, so what I did was I invested in a 3DS, and I spent some of my graduation money on getting a good gaming PC that I could play games on. And I got Steam, and that's where I played the Mass Effect trilogy. I played LA Noire, and I really had my first step into modern gaming. But I did keep up with all the Nintendo releases, so I did play Skyward Sword. And all of the Trauma Center games, as you can tell from the Let's Plays I've been doing. And the Wii wasn't a bad console. And then this gen, I was fairly early to the PS4. I got it PS4 like a year after launch, I think. But I was late to the Wii U. I only got the Wii U when maybe 2015 about, so 3 years after launch. It's been a pretty good console, but I'm kind of sad that it had to end so soon. It's been my favorite console so far this cycle, I suppose. And I'm hoping the Switch will be the same way. It looks to be pretty promising so far. This year has really been the year that I've expanded my PS4 library. Because I ended up getting stuff like Brothers, I got The Last Guardian, I got Persona 5, I got Rise of the Tomb Raider, I got Dishonored 2, I got Final Fantasy 15, even though it wasn't really that great, which was a shame. I actually played through this visual novel called Psychopass. I'm an anime fan, so I'd heard good things about the Psychopass anime. So I decided to play through the Psychopass game. I enjoyed it, so I started watching the rest of that anime. Darn. The bull charge. To get the timing just right on that, and I used to be able to do it when I was younger, but I can't do it now. I'm gonna have to practice that more. Replay Great Tiger. Okay. Much talk when I'm playing him, but when I get back to Bald Bull, I'll probably go silent again. Once I reach Soda Popinski, I think that's where we'll stop for Punch Out, and I'll play some Ninja Gaiden. Alright. There we go. Mass Effect came out recently. I haven't picked that up yet. I'm gonna wait for it to get a little bit more patched. I actually rented that from Redbox, and I really enjoyed the combat. I know it's gotten a ton of negative press, but it seemed pretty good to me, so I'll pick that up later on. I also rented Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn was fantastic to play. Crash Bandicoot's coming out later, and Crash is another series that I really enjoyed back when I was younger. So I'm probably gonna get Crash Bandicoot. The Last of Us 2, I played The Last of Us remastered when I got my PS4. I never had the opportunity to play the original one, but The Last of Us was a fantastic game. I'm really looking forward to the sequel. But for now, I'm just looking forward to Fire Emblem Echoes. I wonder if Echoes is like... It's like a subtitle for future Fire Emblem games that they're gonna bring to the United States that never came here. Or, you know, to other territories that never made it outside of Japan. I'm kind of hoping they'll bring Genealogy of the Holy War. Because I've heard good things about Genealogy, that the maps are pretty huge, but that Genealogy is really fun to play through. And the Switch is gonna get a lot of attention this year too. Man, the next year or two is looking pretty good for gaming. I'm so happy and pleased about it. Especially when it comes to the Switch, Nintendo looks like they're finally getting back into the game. Back into the swing of things. Man, I'm off. Pardon me while I concentrate for a little bit. He's so strong. I used to be so good at this, but now... I wish you could do the HP recovery trick like you could do in the Wii version, where you do tap the buttons. That helped me a whole bunch. Darn! I wanted to go for the knockout. It's a shame that Nintendo didn't make these consoles a little more widely available. Darn. I lost. Okay, let's switch to Ninja Gaiden. I'm just gonna warn you guys now. I'm not very good at Ninja Gaiden. Okay, let's go. Sorry if you wanted to see more of the story, but... Okay. I didn't play the later Ninja Gaiden games that were like on the PS3 and whatnot. Okay. This is what happens when you go rusty on a game. I used to make this look a lot more elegant. Now... There we go. Or not. Concentration. Ah. I'm hoping that the Switch will have a new Fatal Frame game. I'm hoping that Maiden of Blackwater wasn't the end of the Fatal Frame series, because that's been a joy to play as well. I actually tracked down Crimson Butterfly to play it, and that was a great gaming experience, and then I went out and I bought more memory in order to play Maiden of Blackwater. God, that brings to mind so many games. Just so many games that should have gotten sequels, but didn't. One of my absolute favorite PS2 games that never got a sequel, but that I love. It's one of my favorite JRPGs. It's by a company called Tri-Ace. I think they did things like Valkyrie Profile. It's called Radiata Stories. And Radiata Stories just has the most hilarious main character named Jack Russell. And the entire thing is based upon becoming a knight. Where the main character's desire to become a knight like his father. And the game just... it deals with some pretty heavy stuff. But it has such a lighthearted tone about things. And it was actually, if you wanted an example of how to make a successful split story, this Radiata Stories is a great game to study. Because if you want to study a game that has just the writing on both paths, it really made you feel. It really made you feel like your choices mattered. Gaiden is so fun. Either that or I'm just bad at platforming. Take your pick. I'm so close to dying. Okay. Let's get up there. Oh. And I die. The timing required. Dead. Oh boy. I'm not doing too bad for not having played in a long while. When I think of Nintendo Heart, I think of this game, though it's technically not a Nintendo game. Redemption. Finally. Really? Hi, random. Oh, darn. And... oh. Gosh. Just when I'd finally gotten past this part too. And done. Maybe that's the key. I have to be destroyed a bit. The respawning though. Okay. Ouch. No! Oh boy. These old games just don't have mercy on you. Seriously? Okay. I think I have to jump as the missiles are going past me. Last try. You get to one place, and you're killed in another. That was a terrible way to die. How embarrassing. Oh boy. Do 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 do. Okay. We need to get rid of that and you. Goodness gracious. Okay. And down. And goodness. Oh no. having mercy on my poor soul. Oh, forget I said that. It's not having any mercy on my poor soul. The checkpoint. Why couldn't it have been further in? One more time. And killed again. Last chance. Oh. I'm taking you down with me. Alright. So, we got to play around with the NES Classic a little bit. I'm hoping that I will have the opportunity to play through the rest of these games, because there is such a wide variety. I've played through Super Mario Bros. So much. And I can't get very far. Radius Classic. Galaga Classic. I've actually played with Donkey Kong a little bit, and Donkey Kong Jr. a little bit. It was pretty fun. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me kind of fail at playing retro games. I'm hoping that I can eventually get back to at least Mr. Dream on Punch-Out. Maybe I should make like a little bit of Punch-Out challenge sort of thing. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching me play today, and I hope that you guys are doing well. And I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me to relax and play some games. Or watch me play games, either way. And, you know, I really enjoy, sharing this part of myself with people who enjoy games equally as much, So I hope that for those of you who are going to pick up Fire Emblem Echoes, that you absolutely love the game and that you enjoy playing it. And if you got your hands on a special edition of Fire Emblem Echoes, good job, because I know some of my classmates were trying to get their hands on it, and it was an absolute nightmare because Nintendo and availability. But yeah, I hope you enjoy whatever game you're playing right now. If you're playing Fire Emblem when it comes out next week or this coming week, more power to you. Anyway, if you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll answer them to the best of my abilities. And if you would like to know when stuff comes out, then you can subscribe. No pressure though, of course. Anyway, it was really nice playing for you guys. So, this is ShyGamerMaile signing out. See you guys later.